They were really not his friends. They make him believe that they were his friends.
It was a heart-wrenching moment for the family of 18-year-old Bobby Garcia as two high school students, a 15 and a 17-year-old, were paraded from the San Ignacio police station and up the steps to the magistrate's court of Magistrate Ladona John. Both were arraigned for murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the presence of their parents and a social worker. The charges were levied after the accused murderers reportedly confessed to the crime, for which it has been confirmed was a ritual killing.
We read a confession that they made, and they said that they had already picked Bobby. They had picked Bobby to be the human sacrifice, and they lured him to be his friends. They make him believe that he was his friends. They had planned this, they planned it, and they confessed everything, how they planned it and what they were going to do. It was a ritual because they say that they belong to the emo culture, and they actually, on their confession, the two of them had a sleepover to plan everything that they would do. And one of them was in charge to invite Bobby, to lie to him, to lure him, to take him to that place, inviting him that they were going to have a little gathering and a game, and that they wanted him to go and play with them.
On that rainy Saturday night, Bobby was invited to the Cahal Pech Archaeological site in San Ignacio. He left home around 7 o'clock. 12 hours later, on Sunday morning, his body was discovered inside a temple, stabbed as many as 7 times and his throat slit. The investigators were able to gather sufficient evidence to levy charges against the duo, including social media correspondence between the deceased and his killers.
It was a good thing that he left his Facebook. He had his laptop that he used to use regularly in his room, and he actually did not sign out from his Facebook, so they were able to pick out the profile and the last messages he was sending back and forth. And actually, they had mentioned that they would wait for him at the picnic table, and I guess it was like a group of friends just going to gather around. But according to one of Bobby's cousin, he said he knew that that young man used to be Bobby's friend, and he used to go to Cahal Pech sometimes to hang out with him too. But he didn't really like him because he was somewhat um, involved in some sort talking about emo culture and wanting to do things, and that's exactly what we gathered from the policeman, that actually he wanted to try something like that from a very long time. That's what his associate, that was with him that night, told the police, that it was a long time that he wanted to try something like a human sacrifice, and that's why they lured Bobby to go with him.
The untimely death of Bobby has rocked the entire family because aside from his body being discovered on the day of his sister's birthday, he was to turn 19 this Thursday. The family also spoke of a joint celebration that was to be held on October 13th, but instead they're mourning the death of the teen. Even more painful is that one of the accused minors often visited Garcia's house in San Ignacio. He was supposedly a friend.
I couldn't believe it because I know that the one that did it was he was here at my house with my son Bobby, and Bobby told me he was his friend. So he came here. Bobby had this love for music. He liked to rap and he liked to invite his friends to come. Bobby didn't knew nothing, nothing. He believed that they were his friends, his real friends, because he brought them here to play music and hang out with them. But he didn't knew that they were involved in such thing. He didn't even knew that they had already a plan for him.
While in the past there were suicides linked to the emo culture out west, it is the first case of an occult sacrifice. The family says they would have never thought that their son would be a victim of such a senseless crime. As to the accused minors, The Garcias understand that there is evidence to suggest that the killing was premeditated.
I agree that they have to protect children who are underage, anybody who is under 18. But
But
when it's misdemeanor, when it's mischief, when there is some form of correction, but when you look at this kind of crime,
and what
it
they
is,
did,
it is, it is, and what,
there's-
yes, it's so devastating. And to make it worse, they need to cross-check that information because they say the young man is 17 and the other one is 15. And the one that is 15 said that the one that is 17 is the mastermind,
of everything.
and he was the one who actually waited till Bobby was got on his phone and searching music. He jumped on him and stabbed him, and then the other he he insisted that the younger guy finished the job, and that's how it happened.
These two boys, they are not innocent because if they had time to plan it, that means that they were not innocent. They are not innocent child at all. They are not innocent, and they were very cruel, very cruel. And the police said that when they were interviewed, they didn't show no mercy, no kind of, no kind of
Remorse.
remorse to say that they were sorry.
Duane Moody for News 5.